So we are attempting to fix the windlass so we don't have to do what we did this morning and manually bring it in, which was a pain. So
this is not comfortable.
we've got a multimeter.
Can someone pass me a pillow?
We're trying to test the voltage going into the control panel for it. But the only problem is this is the chain locker and the control panel's right up in this corner, so it's really hard to get at comfortably.
Right,
as
Got it.
As Liam is demonstrating.
So we've diagnosed the windlass issue to the control box. I spent 7.5 hours yesterday going to Santa Cruz and back to get a new one. So this better work. The old one is tucked up there. I don't know if you can see it. It's up there, so it's a bit of a pig to get at. But there's the new one, all ready to go in. Let's hope this works.
So this is the old control box that we've just taken off, and it's got something loose in it. This is Liam struggling to fit in the anchor locker again, and struggling to reach up to fit the new box on, but we're nearly there.
I'm just having to rearrange the way the cables are running to the box because they're getting tangled with each other.
So the cables are getting tangled, never good. We've just got these two screws left to put in after that, and then jobs are good. And
hopefully jobs are good enough.
yeah, hopefully. We'll test it and we'll see.
Right then, let's see if it's worked. We fixed it. Awesome. Lovely jubbly. Job done. We don't have to do it by hand anymore. But I think what I'll do, just to be safe, is if you loosen this off, then you can do it by hand, a lot more controlled. So I'll do that just in case. I think just get it ready.
Well, we just did such an excellent job of getting out of that berth, but the battery was dead on the head cam, so you didn't get to see it, which is such a shame because we were really worried about getting out in this wind, and it went absolutely perfectly.
Spot on. Right, ropes and fenders, Scott.
Didn't it, gorgeous? You been a good girl.
Yeah?
Yeah. Crazy wisps.
So we left the marina in probably what, 20 knots of wind, 25 knots of wind. We were doing close to 6 knots on just a double reefed mainsail. We're like, oh yeah, min, gonna crack on. Literally 10 minutes later and there was 0 wind. We took so we unfurled the head sail, made no difference. Took both reefs out the main, made no difference. We were doing less than 1 knot, so we've bitten the bullet and we've got the engine on, we're motor sailing. We're not going too far. The entire sort of sail from point A to point B was only 5 miles, so there's not going to be too much going on. and yeah, looks like this is probably going to be us.
Guys are off to dive on the anchor.
I'm going for a swim to shore.
It is such a shame that we didn't have the head cam charged, because not only did we get out of that marina in the wind absolutely perfectly, we've anchored for the first time in a busy anchorage. Maybe it's not busy compared for other people, but for us this is the busiest we've ever anchored in, and it went really well. Go on then, Liam, show him how it's done.
Quite chilly. Ready?
Oh, you idiot. We're not going to get it for him, are we? No. Tell us all about your dreams, sweetheart. Did you have some good dreams in that sleepies? Yeah, you feel a lot better now. You do love a bit of no nappy time, don't you? So I'm DIYing our ensign because we're too poor to buy a new one. We would rather spend the money on pastries, going to a bakery, than buying a new ensign. We will buy a new one at some point, but let me show you what it looks like. Well, so this is what's left of it, this bit, and then yeah, this bit had all ripped off and this was all ripped. So I've sewn this white cloth onto here, and I'm painting this bit red, and I'm going to paint in, oh, I'll paint the other side, yeah, so this side I'll paint the blue bits and the red bits in, and yeah, that's going to be our flag for now until we can find a cheaper, decent one. Let's hope it looks alright. Liam seems to spend quite a lot of time down in that hole. Unfortunately, when we thought everything was fixed and we were happily in our anchorage, the bilge alarm went off at 4 o'clock yesterday morning, which is not what you want to hear. And the bilge was full, so we pumped it out and went back to sleep because we were pretty sure we weren't sinking. And then in the morning I took one for the team and tested the water, and it was salty, so seriously not what you want. But the stuffing box was dripping a lot, like way more than it should be. So it's supposed to drip a little bit, but it was dripping loads. So last night we put a Tupperware box underneath it, and when we got up in the morning the Tupperware box was overflowing, so there's quite a bit of water coming out of it, and we've been sailing for 10 days now, so I guess if over the space of a night a whole Tupperware box full of water is going into the bilge, then that's what's filled it. Is that right? Look at that double chin. That's not the best angle, is it? So Liam's just, I think he said he just pumped some grease into it. He was going to try and tighten it up, but he says that pumping some grease into it, like re-greasing it, has worked. And the camera's been Evangelined.
So check it when it's running. As long as it drips when it runs, that's the important thing.
Oh, where are you going? Whoa! Not only did we get woken up by the bilge alarm, but we could hear the anchor chain grating on rocks in the night. We were anchored in about 12 metres of water, and Liam was a bit out of practice with freediving, but he managed to untangle us.
So this is tender test numero uno. We've got the oil in, the fuel in. It inflated for unsure amounts of time, and hopefully we can get the engine running so we can do a beer run. Because as enjoyable as my swims over there have been,
You enjoyed your swim.
it's quite a far swim, and I've done it 3 times now. We have power! 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 Time to go get the beer.
Well, maybe take for a run first. Make sure I don't conk out.
See you later.
We're about to take Evangeline for her first dinghy ride. She's not in the best of moods, so I'm not really thinking that putting a life jacket on is going to be that much fun, but we're going to town. I'm going to buy some supplies, some food and stuff, and we're also going to go out for tea. Scott's a bad influence on us. We would not be eating out this often if it was just us. Well, she's not crying yet. You get your squeezed up little face. Hey, you're nice and safe. You're gonna be nice and safe. Well, we've just made it back. We went for an all-you-can-eat Chinese, which was delicious. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's get you out of this. But 3 of us, plus Evangeline, in that tender. We got a bit wet, didn't we? I think you're alright. Mummy got a wet bum, and Daddy definitely got a wet bum. But we made it.